Welcome, marvelous makers,
and art appreciators,
to the ArtSpace podcast.
Brought to you by Lemon Street Gallery and ArtSpace.
Located at 4601 Sheridan Road.
Stop on by your favorite citrus-themed art gallery at the next possible moment.
Because we just had changeover.
Yeah, it's a great time to stop on by.
Yes.
That's when I would want to stop on by.
New art, new awesome things on these gosh dang walls that you gotta see.
Even if you're a long-time stopper by, you can re-stop by and
revisit
and take a look at what we got.
So I am your host, Shelby Nesmith.
And I'm Jake Hoy.
And it's just us today. Today.
Today.
And this is why it's just us two today. We need a chill moment.
Yeah, this is a chill podcast. Take the opportunity while you're listening and grab a glass of wine. Unless you're driving a car.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
When you get home and you're an adult, make sure you're 21.
So many stipulations.
A lot of stipulations. This is a chill podcast with a lot of rules. But grab a glass of wine, kick up your feet, and emulate Shelby herself right now with the slippers and reclining on a second chair with her feet up.
Yes, I'm in a faux chase lounge right now. Yes, and just relaxing after a busy weekend.
It's been a lot. It's been a busy summer of art in Kenosha.
Definitely.
And Racine and the surrounding areas. I feel like I'm too Kenosha-centric sometimes, so apologies, Racine, Illinois listeners.
Yeah, Milwaukee has their Morning Glory Art Festival coming up on the August 13th and 14th, so that'll probably be done by the time this episode is out, but it's huge over there.
Yeah.
Counting the dates.
If it just happened, maybe it just happened when
maybe. I don't know. I'm bad.
It's August already. We're recording this August 1st, full disclosure.
Yep.
And yeah, can you believe it is August?
No.
Me
No,
neither.
I can't.
Honestly, though, I kind of am a fall guy. So
you're like, hey,
a fall guy. I think that means something else. Like that means like I take the fall if somebody.
Oh yeah.
I'm a patsy.
It's also a name of a video game. So
okay.
Yeah.
I am an autumn. I'm an autumnal gentleman.
Oh, I love that. Autumnal gentleman.
That's my alias, Jake Autumnal Gentleman Hoy.
Oh my goodness.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
If you had like a weather kind of thing, you could be the autumnal guy.
There is a very famous the Onion story that they reshare like every fall, and its title is something like Mr. Autumn Man walks by with his cardigan sweater sipping a cup of coffee or something like that. I don't remember the rest of the time, but it definitely says Mr. Autumn Man. And it's
like, that's me.
All about those hipster guy who loves walking through the park when the leaves are changing.
Oh my
I am that man.
Yeah.
And so I am looking forward to fall and cooler temperatures. It's a hot one out there today.
I just like spooky season.
Yeah,
I love Halloween, my favorite holiday. Every year my mom, she would go insane with her party, not a party, but she'd have games set out for the kids to win different treats and stuff. Is this
on trick-or-treating day or on Halloween?
It'd be on Halloween. So
did you always trick-or-treat on Halloween itself?
Yes. So when I was a kid, we lived in Antioch and we lived on Lotus, which if you know that area, people, it's pretty much an island. There's only one way to get in and out, and it's by a culvert that's there. So we're basically just surrounded by Fox Lake.
Okay.
That goes all the way around. So we lived on an island. It was like crazy territory, the Wild West out there. Kids driving golf carts around like no tomorrow. Got four-wheelers ripping down the road. So we would always get the kids together and on a tractor, and then there was a trailer that'd be attached to the tractor, and we just go around the island and carting the kids around and saying, "Oh, go stop at Mary's house." And so it's just offload, quickly run back to the trailer before they leave you. But if they go down to the next house, you just run down to the next house. So it's not like you're missing too much. But it was nice because we would always have that group that would run the tractor stuff, and then my mom would be at the house and she'd have like ring toss and like
Bobbing for apples.
those type of things, or just like put your hand in this box and pick out your treat, and it's all spooky and stuff. So she went all in on Halloween, so that was my favorite holiday, and thanks to her and her creativeness. So love that. Yes.
I never really liked Halloween growing up.
Why?
I didn't like scary stuff. I'm still very much a little pansy who gets afraid.
You big old teddy bear.
Yes. I've learned to appreciate certain scary movies now. Did we talk about the Lighthouse last time? Did that come
We
up?
mentioned it,
I think we
yes.
did. I love that movie, even though it's kind of scary. I wouldn't have liked it as a kid. Anyways, so I didn't really like Halloween that much. And also I'm like a social anxiety king, like the king of it. And so going up to strangers' houses and knocking on their doors, nightmare.
no.
Why would anybody ever want to do that? I'd much rather have a strange man with a beard come down my chimney and leave presents under the tree, and I don't have to talk to him.
Yeah, don't talk to him.
No contact. No. Very COVID friendly. But yeah, so no, I was not a Halloween guy, but I've learned to. But I love fall and stuff, so I kind of over the years I've learned to kind of like it more. Mm-hmm. And I grew up in Kenosha. I guess you'd call it the Southport neighborhood. But that's kind of confusing because the whole city used to be called Southport. Like,
oh, gosh.
Did you know that?
No.
My nerdery is exposed.
Ouch.
The original name of Kenosha was Southport.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, because it was the southernmost port in Wisconsin, I believe. But that changed in,
Makes sense.
I want to say 1850 is when they changed it to Kenosha.
Oh, boy.
Which means place of the pike, because they caught a lot of pike here.
Do they still do?
I guess so. I'm not really sure what a pike is.
It's a
long
long
fish. But I think like
it's kind of like a gar. Do you know what a gar is? They're very long, and they kind of have like these longer faces.
I think I caught one in Animal Crossing.
Oh, well, yes.
So, yeah, no. So I grew up in near Southport Elementary School, so that's why you would call it the Southport area, and in the city, South Side, and yeah, we would. I remember trick or treating was always on the Sunday before. We wouldn't actually trick or treat on Halloween, and then at a certain point that changed. Like after I stopped trick or treating, I think. Because I stopped at my earliest convenience.
Yeah, you're like, please end this now.
I
No
wanna say,
more
like,
of this.
13. Also, I had the same costume every year. Like I would just reuse this like phantom costume that I have. It was like it was basically like a robe. And
yeah, just chuck it on and go.
And it had like a hat, a face mask kind of thing that you would wear. That it was just like a black thing, and then it had like fringe around it to look like a hood. You know, and you couldn't see the face. And I kind of like that because then people couldn't see me. And that made my social anxiety less. And I didn't that's the kind of thing I didn't realize as a 7-year-old, but looking back now, I do.
Just hold out your hand and go,
trick or treat. If you got some candy, you can put it in this bag if you want. But
chuck
no
me
pressure.
a handful of pennies at this point. Get me out of here.
Pennies.
Oh, I hated that stuff. We had in my parents are divorced, and so when I would trick or treat at my dad's, very rare that I did. Very rare. I think it's only once I did. Our neighbor was a dentist.
Oh boy.
My gosh.
Toothbrushes.
Yep, toothbrushes and floss, and he was just like, "Oh, be safe out there, guys. Here's your toothpaste and floss."
Stay sugar free.
No, it's Halloween, you dingus. Jesus, I'm gonna go have fun.
Best thing I ever got for trick or treating one year, and this is how you can tell I grew up in the 90s. I got a slap bracelet. Oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I love those
Where
things.
it was like kind of curved, and then it would like you'd hit it on your wrist, and it would curve around.
Yeah,
those still the thing.
Yeah, they were still a thing with me.
Okay.
Yeah, because you'd go win them in arcades and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they were treated a little differently, but
right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that thing. And then it got like slowly like the fabric I think it had fabric around it or something, and then that wore off, and then it was just metal, and then I would like basically slit my wrists every time.
No.
I kept getting cuts.
Not
People were probably nervous about me, but no, it was just a slap bracelet that was past its prime.
Oh no. Need to get you a new slap bracelet.
I still don't know what happened to it.
Oh, well.
Somewhere in my parents' basement. No, probably not.
We'll get you another one, Jake.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
That's a bucket list thing. That's my dream project
Have a line of slap
if
bracelets.
time and money are no object, I would want one slap bracelet, please.
One singular?
Please and thank you.
Certain color?
I set my expectations low.
Okay, gotcha. We could get you a line of Jake the Weatherman merch. That's slap bracelets.
People want me to get merch. Like I don't know if they listen to this podcast, but weather page people, but I have a few people that keep saying that they want me to make merch. And at first I thought they were just being nice, but now they're kind of
demand.
Been a couple of years now and they're still bringing it up. So I think like they actually want that. Now I'm like, man, now I really got to do it. So it's on my list to like get in contact with the lettering machine.
See if we can
over
do something.
there. I'm sure they would. Like, they know me.
Mm-hmm.
But I just am like, I don't know. I feel like 3 people are going to buy a shirt and that's it. And
You could do the move of get your zombie on a shirt. You can work with Donovan.
I could.
Yeah, get a zombie Jake the Weatherman shirt.
Not sure if that's the best branding.
Oh, okay.
This
We'll go from there.
this small creature is going to tell you detailed information that might save your life.
Oh, yes. Tornado.
At the recent art market we were just at, that you just heard us recording at, somebody mentioned, I forget who it was, but somebody said, asked me if I have a logo for my weather page. And I don't really. I have a profile picture. That's a photo of me when I was a lot thinner than I am now, standing in front of a sign in the Kenosha area. But I don't really have a logo. And they were like, you're like so involved with the arts. Somebody you know could make it. And I'm like, oh, no, yeah. I know.
It's there. It's right in front of me. It's almost too accessible.
I had an artist friend of mine, shout out Molly Flood, if you're listening, probably not, out in California, who I went to high school with. She knew Tim, our recent guest.
Oh, so she might be listening.
Maybe. It's possible. She designed my icons that I use on my 7-day forecast that I put out.
Oh, well, nice.
And I compensated her for it because that's how artists should be treated. Yeah. I commissioned her to do that and
just promo.
Didn't do it for free, but I still do promote her every time I post them.
Oh.
So thanks for that, Molly.
Woohoo. Yay, Molly. Back to Halloween.
Oh yeah, let's.
I could talk about it forever.
Yeah. It's coming up.
Oh yeah, it's right around the corner. I love. I don't know why I had this idea of you as a kid going out trick-or-treating as a weatherman. I could see you like in a little suit with like clouds and like a sun attached to you and be like, I'm a weatherman. So I'm sorry that that was my image in my brain of you trick-or-treating.
I did not ever trick-or-treat as a weatherman. I didn't really know I wanted to be a weatherman until I want to say until I was a teenager. I you know what I wanted to be as a kid?
What?
I wanted to be an air traffic controller.
Oh.
It's a silly thing to want to be. I feel like I was very much like a contrarian as a kid and still kind of am. Like when people would be like, who's your favorite Harry Potter character? I would never say like Harry,
Yeah.
I would be like Neville Longbottom, or like somebody, I don't know if you're a Harry Potter fan.
I am not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed.
I do not like Harry Potter.
I would pick somebody who's like not that well known and like a side character just because it's like, I don't know. I like being a contrarian.
The underdog.
But speaking of weather related, here it is. I've been trying to find it. I did, as an adult, make a weather related Halloween costume. You folks at home can't see. But I dressed up as an occluded extratropical cyclone, and I had to explain that to everyone that saw me at the party that I was at. I had a big L on my shirt that I made out of cardboard and colored in red.
I love that.
And I drew little isobars, the lines around it, like you see on a weather map. And then there's an occluded front coming out of it, which is a purple front with scallops and triangles alternating. And then off of that is a trailing cold front and the leading warm front.
I love that, and just your face of yes, I am wearing this. Cheers.
And I'm holding a chalice shaped like a skull because it was a Halloween party.
Yes.
But anyways, yeah, I did one time dress up as a weather related thing.
Well, good. My image is not lost.
But I was like 24 when I did this.
Still fun. But when I was a baby, my mom would dress me up. She would go all out. I was Pebbles from the Flintstones.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I had like so many. I was like a princess like 5 times. One time I was Paris Hilton that just
What?
got out of jail.
What?
Yeah, I was
A
in
topical costume?
Yes, I did. My mom let me do a topical costume. I was in a jumpsuit, and then I had a tiara and a little bag with a little dog in it.
Oh boy.
I was just Paris Hilton.
Were you a big Paris Hilton fan?
No.
No?
My mom, she was like, I don't know, you have these things together. Do you want to like try and make something? And I was like, sure. Because I had like, I don't know if it was like a family friend. They had like an orange jumpsuit and everything. And she's like, let's just put these things together and we'll make it work. And then I'd always be like, Mom, where's your costume? And every year she wore the same shirt that says, it's just a shirt that says like, this is my costume.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Every year. And I'm just like, okay, I like that shirt, but do something different. But she'd wear it every year and she'd dress me up and she'd be like, go. I'm busy doing the games, running the fun over here.
Bobbing for apples.
Yeah, so love Halloween.
My family in recent years, we moved when I was 11 to Pleasant Prairie, and that's kind of like when I consider like the end of my childhood, I guess. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. That sounds sad. I don't know. But like, yeah, so I was like 11, and then I kind of look at that as like my teenage years, obviously.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? So
you're a young adult.
and I was like the oldest boy in the neighborhood, you know. Most of the other kids were younger than me. My brother is 7 years younger than me, I think. About ish.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ryan. And so they were all like more his age. And but I was like kind of the oldest, and and obviously I'm a lonely, sad man. And I was also a lonely, sad boy. So I didn't really talk to them much, and stayed home a lot. I was an inside boy. And anyways, let's keep it light.
Yes.
Keep it
well,
light.
Guess what? I was an inside girl too. Yes. So
virtual fist.
Yes, we're too far away.
Yeah, too far away. So where was I going with that? Oh, we would have every Halloween we would have a chili dump, as we call it. Have you ever heard of this?
No, but that just sounds very loaded.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a thing or that we made up, or if this is a thing that other people do. But the idea is that everybody on the block makes a pot of chili.
Okay.
And then we where we're hosting in our garage during trick or treating, we have a very large pot, and we make some chili too and put it in, and then everybody comes and dumps their chili all together in one big pot. And it's usually really good. Okay. Like, because somebody made a really spicy one, and then somebody over there tried green chilies or something, and then this person used turkey, and blah, 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 blah. It's probably like a sensitive stomach person's nightmare. Oh, yeah. Like allergy nightmare.
The idea of that, because I was the kid that, like, food cannot touch. So, like, the idea of this,
food
like...
cannot touch.
Yeah, like other foods, like your corn can't touch your mashed potatoes. Like, I was that type of kid.
Okay.
So the idea of taking that and just putting it all together, oh my goodness, it has my skin crawling.
You wouldn't have any chili?
Oh my goodness, no.
We had hot dogs also for the kids.
Oh gosh, I'd be hot dogging because it's one of my weird things that I have.
I would grab that dog and make a chili dog.
Ooh,
but no, I loved it. But yeah, we would always do a chili dump, and we still did up until just recently. I think COVID kind of put an end to that. Maybe we'll bring it back.
Have fun. Bring back the chili dump.
Chili dump at the Hoys.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Join us.
Please don't.
We don't need some mystery chili, okay?
No. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, don't ruin it. But yeah, I used to have crazy parties down at when I lived in Illinois. We would always have a hog roast every year, every summer.
Ooh.
We'd get just a full pig.
Yeah. Where do you get that?
A butcher. You have to go specifically to a butcher. So there was a local butcher. We would go there, and we'd deep clean the bathtub the day before. And you lay the hog in the bathtub with ice and everything. So my mom was always just like, make sure you're showered, ready, bathed before, because we got to ice the hog. Yes.
Ice the hog.
Ice the hog.
Wow.
For the hog roast. I mean, we wouldn't open up the bag, so it's not like it was like sitting in water or anything.
It comes in a bag.
Oh, yeah. It's in a bag.
And it's a pig.
It's a pig. It's a whole pig. Yep. And we would rent a large roaster and everything, and we just have a hog roast. And we'd get like a little blow up tent and we'd just have fun and go crazy. My mom would rent like margarita machines and we would go all in.
That does sound fun. I'm down for the margarita machine.
Yes, definitely. We had to police a lot of kids around that and say these are not Slurpees.
Yes.
We did have one kid just pour a big old cup, and I'm just going over to my mom and flailing like, Mom, this isn't okay. You told me no, and he's got a big old cup of that.
Oh no.
So I was just like, oh, okay. But there was only that one incident. So we'd get kids left and right. Parents would just drop off their kids, and it was craziness over there.
Would this be for somebody's birthday or something like that? Or?
Sometimes it would be for birthdays. Sometimes it would just be our party of the year.
Pick a weekend day, basically.
Yeah, and just have fun. Like, hey, when are you kind of available? Hey, when are you available? All right, cool. It's this day. Let's get everyone together. Invite everyone that you know. You get grandma, whoever you can grab, get down here and eat some of this pig, because there's so much food.
It's like a lot.
Oh,
right?
yes, okay. A whole pig. Yes.
I think I've been to a hog roast before. I think I went to a few as a kid, but it always was like kind of gross to me. I think my church would have it.
Oh, gotcha.
Like over at Washington Bowl. I have memories of that.
But we'd get all the kids together and it'd just be madness. Kids jumping in the lake, food everywhere. One year, some people got so drunk we would rent a porta potty, and one year someone dumped over the porta potty, and the person was covered in blue and
they were inside.
Poo. Yeah, there was someone in there, and
man,
yeah, drunk people and porta potties don't mix.
Yeah, maybe don't get a margarita machine.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we don't do that anymore ever since we moved up to Wisconsin. So. Yeah, things change.
Yeah.
So we don't live by the lake anymore. And that was the whole thing of just slap on your swimsuit, jump in the lake, and then go dry off and get in the bouncy castle. Like, that's just the routine. Back and forth, grab a brownie on your way there. And it was just complete, utter madness. My mom she would schedule games and stuff too. Like, and we'd have themes every year.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was really fun. She'd do like a pirate theme. I'm trying to remember her other ones. There was like a tropical, like rainforest theme. But for the pirate one, she did a needle in the haystack, or it was a gold coin. She bought a bunch of hay.
Needles are sharp.
Yes, very, very pokey, and you don't want kids playing with those. But she bought a bunch of hay bales, and then she had a gold coin. It was like a little plastic one, and she threw it in there and mixed it up. And the winner would get like she had like this big inflatable, I think it was a pirate, like this big, huge thing. And I won it. And everyone was just like, oh, she rigged it so that the kid could win and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, no, I was digging in there. I wasn't even near this when she was hiding the coin. So that was the scandal. The scandal at I believe our last hog roast was that I won the pirate thing.
You found the thing.
Yes. So.
Did you ever do pickle on your Christmas tree?
I think my mom tried to do that tradition. We had an ornament. I think we tried to do it twice, but.
That's the kind of thing where if I said that and you didn't know that, you would be like, pickle? Like, what?
Yeah. But my mom went all in on Christmas. First Christmas I had, she took some snow boots and sprinkled like fake snow on the ground like he came in the house.
Oh boy.
And I start freaking out. I'm like, there was a stranger in the house. He made a mess. He just came in and made a mess. And I was like having a meltdown.
Freaking out like in a bad way.
Yeah, I'm crying. I'm like, there was a stranger in our home. Yeah, and she's just like, no.
Did you not know about Santa Claus at that point?
I knew about it, but like I was freaked out that he was in our home. Like my kid brain didn't put it together of just like, oh yeah, Santa,
He's a
whatever.
Benevolent being.
Yeah, he's all knowing. Yeah. But like seeing the physical footprints, it was just like there was a stranger in our home. This is bad.
Well, that's a good reaction to have. I would
Yes.
say across the board.
So I knew about Santa, but physically seeing it, I was just like, oh God, he was in our home and he left a mess.
And your mom's like, "Hey, calm down. He doesn't exist. I mean,
It's okay. There actually wasn't a stranger here.
he does exist, but he only wants the best for you."
Yes. He did no harm. I think he gifted Mom a vacuum cleaner.
He sent us a letter like a week ago. We gave him written permission to enter our house.
Yes. He has a warrant. No. Oh my gosh. But no, so that was our tradition that kind of backfired.
I'm trying to think of when I found out that Santa wasn't real. I hope we don't have any kid listeners.
Oh gosh.
No, they wouldn't have made it this far. They'd be bored.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, maybe.
If
I don't know.
If they're Santa age or less.
I don't know.
I could see a 13-year-old listening to this, maybe, if they're mature. I don't want to call out kids for not being mature, but I mean, they largely
If you're listening with kids in the room, hey,
yeah.
maybe no.
And also, this is all made up. Santa's real, so this is a false flag.
Quick, cut it right now.
But no, I first found out about the Easter Bunny. That was, and my parents still tell, my mom still tells the story of like that, like when they told me, I was like beside myself.
Oh my goodness.
And then like when I found out Santa, I'm like, well, I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, if the Easter Bunny isn't real.
That was the one that got me, was the Easter Bunny. That was the first one. And yeah, that was the end of my childhood.
Oh no.
We're going over a lot of different loss of innocence stories.
Well, I don't know if it's just my mom and how she, being an only child, she just really wanted to do the best that she could for me.
Yeah.
I still had Easter baskets when I was in college still getting them because she's just like,
I still get an Easter basket to this day.
oh yeah. It's
My
just
brother
like,
and
hey,
I.
oh, that's still sweet.
Yeah, my
It's
mom
still
is
in the
very
spirit.
awesome.
Aw. But yeah,
But my mom came from a big family. And she still did a great job.
oh, my mom came from a tiny family and
She had I think there were 6 kids.
6. Oh, dang.
One was older, so my grandma, her mom is from Germany. She was born in Germany, moved here when she was in her 20s and had already had a child, my Aunt Heidi, and moved here with her when she was 5. And then got married here and had 5 more kids. And my mom is the second to last.
Oh, gotcha.
It goes Oric, Bobby, Terry, Eva is my mom, and then Debbie.
Oh, I got an Aunt Debbie too.
You got an Aunt Debbie?
Yes. Auntie Deb. That's what we call her.
Oh, yeah, Auntie Debbie. It was always Debbie.
Ah, mine prefers Deb. Auntie Deb.
My uncle Oric, his name is Oric. He's my oldest uncle.
I love that name.
His middle name is James.
Oh, okay.
And he went by OJ for a while.
Oh, no.
And then there came a point in the 90s where he was no longer going by OJ.
Oh, I wonder why.
I'll let all the guests at home figure that out.
The juice is on the loose. Oh, boy. But we're going to take a quick break and we'll get back into...
Not a lot of art talk this week,
Not a
but you tell us what, if you tell us that this was horrible and a bad idea and you never want to hear us talk about casual stuff ever again, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll take that into consideration.
We're just having fun. But we'll be back more with the childhood tales and life
This and that.
and tribulations. See ya.
And we are back.
Woohoo.
You may have heard an ad just now. We're not sure. Maybe you didn't.
Yeah, I
Congratulations if so.
think good for us if you heard an ad.
If not, then I hope it was a good ad.
Yeah.
Probably the same one.
Enjoyed it.
Go to Joseph's figure drawing.
Yeah. And if there wasn't an ad, oops, redact that.
Yeah.
Beep.
Still go though.
Yes, still go. Still support.
So we're back. We're chatting about this and that.
Yeah.
It's a low key ep.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Ep is short for episode.
Oh, wow.
For those who didn't know.
Just to inform.
So, but yeah, we're talking about this and that. Shelby had a busy weekend.
Oh, definitely. Just got done with the Beachfront Arts Fest, which was amazing. There was a lot of people there. People describe it as like little Woodstock in Kenosha, and just a lot of cool bands, a lot of different music. It was just a lot of fun. different energy than what normal festivals in Kenosha kind of bring. So, yeah, like they had a moment in the fest where they just stopped and meditated for 10 minutes.
Oh.
And then there was like in between sets, they did yoga for like 15 minutes. And it was just so cool, so free form, and yeah.
This took place down at the band shell at Penoyer Park.
Yeah. Yep. And Lemon Street was there. We were doing some collage stuff and some banner painting. So we've got a banner for next year. Yeah.
Were there a good amount of participants?
Yeah,
People were interactive?
Oh, definitely. We had this wonderful kid that decided halfway through that she was going to dump half a bottle of red paint all over the banner. So we had fun fixing her boo-boo.
Oh, no.
So
that's fixable?
People painted over it and doodled over it, so it kind of became a background color.
One of those happy accidents we hear so much about.
She had her red phase.
Yes.
But we had to catch her and say, "Hey."
Caught her red-handed.
Oh, definitely. It was all over the place, and had to tell her, "Hey, don't do that. Don't be a dingus.
Don't be a dingus.
Don't be a dingus. Respect other people's artwork. Don't paint over it."
Well, I'm glad that they had it. That's a second annual Beachfront Arts Fest, I believe. They did it last year, too.
Yep.
We also had a booth there.
Yeah,
well,
Lemon Street was at the first one. We did it like a smaller version. We didn't have an activity, and we just sold some merch. But yeah, we decided to do an activity for this time, and lots of fun, lots of engagement.
Have you ever been to the Peachtree Music Festival?
I have not. I've always heard of it.
It reminds me a lot of this because you said it's like a mini Woodstock.
Yeah.
And I know Bridget has done that for a long time now. And it's also like a mini Woodstock.
Well, good. People were confusing this event with the Peachtree one because apparently they're only like a week apart or something.
I want to say it's this weekend.
Yeah. So they're just like, oh, this is the Peachtree thing, right? And I'm like, no.
Beachfront.
Yeah, Beachfront.
Same amount of syllables.
Yes, Beachfront Arts Fest. So, a lot of fun. Yeah, there was like a DJ at the end. There was rappers there from Milwaukee. There was a 70s inspired band there. It was really, really cool. A whole bunch of different music. Violet Wilder was there.
Love Violet Wilder.
Oh, definitely. There was some poetry even in between. Someone did some spoken word poetry as like while people were setting up for the next act. People read poetry, and it was so wonderful.
Very nice. Weather was cooperative. Maybe a little warm.
It was a little windy at the end.
Windy.
Yeah.
Oh, it can get windy right there in the lake. I remember last year when I helped you set up one of the tents.
God.
It was a very windy one.
Yeah, it broke my old tent. My own personal tent.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was your personal one.
Yeah, it was my personal tent. But, hey, whatever. Say love you.
Say la vie. They, our friends at Midwest DJ Productions had their big Midwest Mix Fest this past weekend.
Yeah, I heard that went over really well.
Seemed like it was a very popular place to be. Saw a lot of posts from there.
Lots of fun. If I wasn't at another event, this weekend was so crazy. Just events after events. If I didn't have other stuff booked, I would have been over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Janesville Friday night. And my girlfriend's band had a show out there.
That's right.
At Zock's Social Club. Handed out some business cards for the podcast there. So if I have any Janesville listeners that are now tuning in, thanks for welcoming us. We had a great time.
Have fun networking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry we don't talk about more Janesville art, but you never know. Never say never.
Well, maybe a little out of our reach right now.
Not, but I mean, it's not far. 2-hour drive.
Not far.
And we also had the big car show this past weekend, the AMC Homecoming Car Show. And one of our friends, Jason Hedman, was vending there. He was selling his original art, and he even painted some classic cars. So it looked like he did a decent job.
Yeah, he said that if he could magically snap his fingers to change the color, make model or something, he would have raked in the money. But
I can totally picture some guy walking up and saying, "Oh, you got a gremlin, but I wish it was green and from 83 instead of 79.
Dude, this is what I got.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
Sorry, that's not how art works.
Yeah. If I could wave my magic wand and just create whatever I want, my God, would life be easier. But that's not how it works. I would do that with the Lino Cut that I'm working on.
Oh yeah, tell us about your Lino Cut project.
Yeah, so that's like I'm working on a Lino Cut that is 18 by 24.
Oh,
So it's
that's pretty big.
It's a larger scale. For the Racine Art Museum's Full Steam Ahead event, where they take a steamroller and you can get larger prints. So basically the steamroller becomes a press, and so they ask that you make a certain dimensioned lino cut, and then the museum will get one of the prints, and it will get put in a fundraiser for them. So yeah.
When is that event going to be?
That's gonna be August 13th, so it might have passed. I don't know.
I think this is coming out next week.
Okay,
I think this is coming out on the 12th.
All right, well, get your butts over there.
Unless we push it, we might push it.
Who knows? Life's crazy.
Yeah, but where is that event? That's at the
That's gonna be, I believe, at
Art
Worcester.
Museum? Oh,
It's
okay.
for the Racine Art Museum, but it's gonna be held at Worcester
Worcester.
because there's more space for the steamroller and everything. And I will also be selling my other prints there.
Oh,
So you
nice.
can
Stop on by.
get that small chance, that small window to get a print
Now,
by
let me ask you a hot button issue.
Oh, please do.
I'm putting you on the hot seat here.
Oh, do it.
Is it Racine or Racine?
I call it Racine.
I've heard you say Racine.
Yeah,
I've always said Racine.
I always say Ray. I wasn't born and
But
raised
you
there.
live in Racine.
I live there.
Racine.
I call it that. I was not born and raised there. I don't know if there's a correct way. I just say Racine.
I think there isn't a correct way.
Okay.
Because like there are some. I'm a geography nerd, so I'm gonna make everything about geography.
Do it. Go
Like
for
they
it.
say that the state that Las Vegas is in.
Mm-hmm.
How would you say that state?
Nevada.
That's right. That's correct. A lot of people say Nevada, but it's
Nevada.
actually Nevada.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. You at home have the luxury of Google, so you can find out. We do too, technically, but nah.
We're not going to be that kind of people.
So
You think I've got the effort to
No.
pull up Google?
not today.
Yeah. It's sitting on a fake Chase lounge and
Fake
sipping
Chase.
wine today. That's my mood.
I believe it is Nevada. And then Colorado.
Ew, Colorado.
I had someone who I know who was a fellow storm chaser of mine back in college, who was from that state, that called it Colorado. And she said that she always called it Colorado growing up. So I figure somebody from there should know how to say it, but could be a Racine thing.
Goodness. Well, what threw me for a loop was the Appalachian Mountains. It's actually like Appalachian.
It's Appalachian.
Appalachian.
Oh,
So it's crazy.
I didn't know that.
I was taught in school Appalachian.
I think I would have said Appalachian.
Yeah, but it's called like Appalachian.
I've definitely heard Appalachian.
That's nuts to me. That was like a Mandela thing, of a moment of just like, what the hell? I was told in school. So it's weird.
I think I just thought of a joke.
Oh no.
Like, you mentioned the Mandela effect, right?
Yes, yeah.
But like, in the whole idea of the Mandela effect is that like you remember something in a certain way, but it's actually not in that way.
Yeah.
And I thought of like, I haven't figured the joke out exactly
Oh,
yet,
no.
but it's something along the lines of, oh, it's like the Mandela effect.
Oh,
And then you're like, I thought it was Mandela effect. And it's like, no, it's actually Mandala effect.
Whoa.
So there's a grain of a joke there.
Oh, gotcha.
somewhere.
We'll
Somebody
work
at
on
home
it.
figure that
We'll
out.
work on that. We'll
Go
tighten
up at
that.
the Kenosha Comedy Club this Friday night.
Oh goodness.
So anyways, Racine.
Yes.
Not. I'm going to stick with Racine just because that's what my heart says.
It's the Racine Art Museum.
Yeah.
So that's what I don't know. I'm doing my damnedest. That's all I gotta say.
There's a lot of local pronunciations that people that like. There's a way to tell Like if somebody is like, yeah, I gotta head out in Kenosha County to the town of Trevor, and you're like, oh, you're not from around here. It's Trevor.
Trevor, yeah.
You knew that one, right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Because you're from that kind of way.
Well, yeah, and looking at them, it's just like, I understand it's a little hard because they are based on like Native American pronunciations a lot of the places, and like Manitowoc or anything like that. You look at it spelt and you're like, how do I attempt this?
I think Racina's French.
Oh, well, cool.
I think it's French
Oui,
for
oui.
root.
Wee wee.
You know the name of the river that goes through Racine?
Root River.
Root River.
Woo!
It's all connected.
Dang.
Kenosha.
Like a root.
Like a root.
Like a root system. Ah.
Kenosha means place of the pike. The river
Fish,
that
yeah.
the creek that used to flow through Kenosha was called Pike Creek. They also have a Pike River further up, I believe, unless I'm mixing the two up.
Whatever.
That's the one that goes through Carthage area.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's still there.
Gotcha.
They paved over the one downtown. What? Yeah, there used to be a bridge on 6th Avenue.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm just young enough to not remember it, I've been told.
Okay.
But, yeah.
You were just a wee baby.
Yeah, like right around where like Lou Perini's is now. Like, and then there's some open fields to the south of there.
Yeah.
That was like the river.
Oh.
And the river flowed right through there.
Yeah, no, I'm not used to all that. I'm used to cornfields left and right.
Welcome to the Kenosha History Podcast.
Yes.
I actually spent a lot of time at the Kenosha History Center last week. I was helping with my day job with people coming into town for the car show. We were giving them information and directions. So I may be in a heavily historical mood right now, and that may be guiding the direction of the podcast.
But yeah, I'm used to cornfields left and right, cows farting down the road, and you're downwind, and you're really not wanting to be outside.
Yeah.
That's what I'm used to, yes. Born in Valparaiso, Indiana. So.
Okay, Valpo.
Valpo, yes.
There's a big university there.
Yeah, that's the kind of only thing we're known for. So, woohoo!
I knew a guy who
I'm a
went to
Hoosier.
Valpo. Well, no, Hoosiers in Indiana University. Well, I guess anybody from Indiana, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Anyone from Indiana is a Hoosier.
I was trying to think of what the mascot was for Valparaiso, and I want to say it's like the Golden Knights or Crusaders
I
or
think
something
so.
like that.
I know it's gold and brown is their
Or maybe
colors.
it is golden. Oh,
It's golden brown.
somebody at home is a proud Valpo alumni that is just cursing us right now.
Well, good, because
Sorry, guys.
I just don't know jack about it.
How big of a sports fan are you, Shelby?
What is smaller than small? -0.
Nano.
Yeah, I am a nano sports fan. I literally went to a Brewers game one time and just commented on the butts of the players. That's how invested in sports that I am. And we objectified the players, and I felt awful. But that's all I had. That's all I had.
Valpo, they are the Beacons.
Oh, ew.
I never would have guessed
Ew,
that.
I hate that.
Beacons.
The bacons.
Like a beacon of light. At least that's what Wikipedia says.
Oh,
I hope I have the right Valpo.
But did I get the colors right?
Brown and gold.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Disgusting. I drive by the campus all the time when I'm there to visit my dad, and I'm like, ew, they're dirty colors. So they need to work on their branding. Hire me.
Yeah, they should hire you.
Yes.
No, but then we'd lose you. We don't want to lose you to Valparaiso. Valparaiso.
Valparaiso.
Is there an in there? Valparaiso
Valparaiso.
or Valpro?
Valparaiso.
Okay.
Valpo for short.
I have always said Valpo.
Yes. So the funny thing is, being born in Valparaiso, my significant other, he went to Chile at some point.
And they have a Valparaiso in Chile.
Yeah.
It showed up when I Googled it.
Yeah, and he loved that
Oh.
town so much. Like he would just talk about it all the time, and I'm just like, my brain when he first started talking about it, I'm like, these two Valpos that you're talking about, completely different.
And he's going on about there's huge mountains and
Yeah, it's
and
just so
glistening.
beautiful, and like alpacas and XYZ.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, the Valpo I
Not
know.
my Valpo. I mean, no offense, Valpo.
Yeah, it was, yeah, there's not a lot going on
Is
over
he
there.
also from Valparaiso?
No.
No, just a coincidence. then.
Just coincidence.
Okay.
He's from Zion. So
Zion.
Yeah.
Another interesting named city.
Oh, the history behind that place is crazy.
I read it recently and I had no idea. I grew up here like one town away from Zion my whole life, and I didn't know it was like I don't want to say cult, but
it was a cult.
It was kind of like that. And
a
then
cult.
yeah, I mean,
the Church of Zion, and
yeah, it's interesting. Look that up if you're not familiar. It's an interesting history.
Oh yeah, that's a deep dive right there. So yeah, I pulled them out of Illinois to come buy a house with me in Wisconsin.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump up the border.
Yeah.
Across the cheddar curtain.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
I kind of cringe when I hear that.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of beef curtains.
Oh no! You said it.
I said it. There you go. So, yay. As we did in another podcast.
We might have to edit that.
No, because remember in Timbo's episode, we said beef curtains.
Well, we haven't put that out yet. We might have to edit that. Did Josh finish his run through of that yet?
I don't know. Bada bing, bada boom. It's there.
You have possibly already been able to hear that. If
I swore earlier. You know what?
Yeah,
We're going
did.
rogue.
I was going to say something. I made a mental note.
We're going rogue.
They may have heard a duck quack.
Quack.
Maybe not. I don't know. This is a special episode. So
Loosey goosey as ever.
let us know if you like us doing occasional
Loosey gooseys.
kind of loosey gooseys like this. I know I'm enjoying myself right now.
Time's flying by. Sipping some wine.
Shelby's almost through with that glass.
Oh no,
Might need
Sebastian.
There's no one else here.
Come on, give me more wine. Oh goodness. So I'm gonna move in a squeaky chair for a second. Might not be able to hear that.
Probably not, because we have some pretty good filters going on here.
Yay. Josh can cut that part out. I don't care. I'm readjusting. I'm no longer in my Chase Lounge position, but
She's more vertical now than she has ever been before on this episode.
yes. But yeah, that the print that I'm working on.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. Wow.
Wow. Let's bring it on.
Let's get back to Chile.
Yes. Oh goodness. Get him on the podcast.
I want to go there badly.
Oh my goodness, he would never. He loves that place. That's where he became fluent in Spanish and everything because he stayed there for 11 months.
Sure. Oh my god.
On a study abroad. So
that's
yeah.
a very cool place to study.
Yeah, he's like a senior in high school, and they chuck him out into a foreign country and say, "Go learn another language."
That's amazing.
Yeah, so maybe we can hear his story on our talk about rambling episodes. So
let us know.
maybe.
If the people demand it. We will provide you with Chilean content.
Oh goodness gracious! But he's got funny stories.
I have a funny story about a Chilean plum.
We'll do it. Oh, I've heard of it.
You've heard the story?
You told me about the plums.
Oh, this is a different plum story.
How many plum stories
I
do you
guess I have multiple plum stories.
Okay, then go.
Oh, really?
Tell me about your plum.
Oh, okay. This is a very much off topic. We were talking about your Lino Cut.
We'll get back to it.
Okay. Here, by popular demand, the Chilean plum story.
Content.
So I go on big road trips, and I was on a road trip across the South. It's kind of my third big road trip. I want to say about 5 years ago. And I'm a big Allman Brothers fan. There's a band called the Allman Brothers Band. You may be too young, Shelby.
I just think about the California raisins.
What does that have to do with?
Almond Brothers.
Because of the word almond?
No, because like it's a band of almonds, and then
they're not almonds.
I know.
ALLMAN. Anyways,
either way,
great band, especially their early stuff. At Fillmore East, the best live album of all time. I'm a huge fan, and the grave of Dwayne Allman is in Macon, Georgia. And I was passing through Georgia, and I had a vision in my head, not a real vision, but like I had the idea in my head that I'm going to go to his grave. That was on my itinerary, and I was going to leave a peach on his grave because it's like Georgia's the peach state. They were based out of Macon, Georgia as a band, and they have an album called Eat a Peach, which came out right after he had passed away in a motorcycle accident at a very young age. And it was from a quote that he had said once. Every time I'm in Georgia, I eat a peach for peace. Aww. And so I was going to go buy a peach and put it on his grave. I don't know why I thought it was cool. But I was apparently there not in peach season. Oh, no. So I went to like this roadside stand that sold peach stuff. And the guy's like, no, we don't got any peaches. I can sell you this peach juice, I got peach jelly.
Just pour one out for the man.
But
Come on.
so I bought some peach juice.
Oh, gotcha.
It was delicious.
Oh, yum.
And then I'm like, okay, I gotta get a peach. So I went to a grocery store, just like a regular old grocery store.
Yeah.
And I bought what I thought was a peach.
Oh, no. Not a
But
peach.
when I checked out, the person was like, and I literally, all I bought was like 3 peaches in a bag, and then that was it. Somebody in Macon, Georgia was very confused that day.
Okay,
This
whatever.
weird Yankee
Yeah.
is buying these things, and it turns they did the thing in their system, and it turned out that they were actually Chilean plums.
Oh, no.
They didn't have fuzz on them,
Oh, gotcha.
and they were kind of more red than like peach color. So I bought them anyways because I'm like close enough.
You're like, oh, crap.
They'll look fine in the photo. So I went there. I set one down there, and I bought 3 because right next to his grave is the grave of Barry Oakley, who was the bass player for the Allman Brothers, who died like exactly a year after Dwayne in the exact same manner, both motorcycle accidents.
Weird.
And they were like a mile apart from each other. Very weird. And so I left one on each grave, and then I was going to eat one myself. Eat a peach for peace.
Oh, yeah.
Or a plum. And I took a bite, and it was horrible. It was rotted out in the inside, and I could not finish it.
Oh, no.
But I drank that peach juice I bought.
Pour one out
I
for
think
the
I
boys.
might have poured a little out.
Oh, good.
I'm weird like that.
Go for it.
And yeah, so that's my Chilean plum story.
Oh, my goodness.
Did it live up to your expectations?
Yes. Well, no.
No.
It was a little.
It was not that interesting.
No, it was crazier than I thought it would
Not
be.
that crazy. I've got crazier stories.
We've got to tell.
Save
them.
that for next time.
Next.
Tell me about your lino cut.
Oh my goodness, my lino cut. I'm surprised my hands have not fallen off.
Oh boy.
A lot of carving. I've got this. You could see it. I can maybe post about it or something in the Marvelous Makers group on Facebook.
Get on there.
Yeah, maybe I could post a little something about that on there. But it's kind of inspired by grunge rock posters and stuff like that. It's got a kind of like a crazy line background, and then there's a Venus flytrap. And the way the Venus flytrap is set up, Venus is sitting inside of it. So, it's kind of like the creation of Venus, but with a Venus flytrap. So I thought it was kind of this cool.
Like a nod to a classic art piece.
It kind of like a parody or like this mashup with the kind of classical art meets like this grunge aesthetic.
Yeah.
So it's really fun, really cool. So I'm working on that. It's by 18 by 24, so it's huge.
Oh my goodness.
And like I said, I'm surprised my hands haven't fallen off. And I gotta sharpen up my tools because I haven't sharpened them since college. So
You have to sharpen these tools.
yes, there's a certain way that you have to sharpen them with
This is the Educate Jake segment, by the way.
Yes. So you can sharpen them with either a certain type of leather to sharpen the edge and everything.
Is it like a barber like honing his
kind of like that?
razor?
Except you have to go in a very specific direction. Like if you have a V gouge, it's in the shape of a V, so you need to make sure that you keep that edge
Yeah.
and not round it over like a U gouge, where a U gouge looks like a U, and you want to keep that curve.
Right.
You don't want to file it down and turn it into a V. So
What does the leather look like? What is the...
I can't
Is it just
remember.
a small little piece, or is it like a strap?
It's usually like a little
Do you call it a strop?
No.
Is that the term?
no.
Is that the term for like a barber thing? Am I
don't
just
know.
making that up?
Maybe, but it's a little piece of leather, and it's usually stapled onto like a brick or something that you can hold
okay.
on to,
That makes
and then you just file it down in a certain direction.
Oh.
You can either do that or use whetstones. So
I've
there's,
heard of whetstones. There's
Yep.
an H in there.
yeah, whetstones, and
Is there?
I don't know.
Isn't it WHET?
Maybe.
Oh man, I might be going crazy.
Oh,
bonkers
no.
Right now.
I just know they're called whetstones because you put them in water.
Yeah.
That's it. And Jake's gonna Google it, but I will explain what a whetstone is.
Thank you.
It's pretty much this stone that you submerge in water so that when you sharpen your blades, it helps sharpen them. And they're really cool. There's different grits, and you work your way up. So yeah, you can use whetstones for knives. You can pretty much sharpen any blade with a whetstone.
And listeners, there is an H in whetstones.
What?
WHET.
Oh, gotcha.
Don't know why, but there is. Fun fact.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you sniped that one. So.
Sniped it.
Yeah, I didn't know. I would just say it's WET.
WET.
But it's not. Haha.
WH. What?
Oh, no. It's a whetstone.
I know what I'm talking about.
Ew. Overpronounce
Is that an
the H.
ew? Oh no, we're listeners are
the H.
leaving in droves. The opposite of ASMR.
Oh, gosh. But yeah, so I'm working on that and trying not to have my hands fall off.
Please don't.
Yeah, no. I have to set a timer to remind myself to take breaks because, like, you get in the zone when you're carving, and you're just like, yeah, I'll just carve out this little section, and then I'll go on to this section, and next thing you know, you're in a trance, and you've done like a quarter of what you need to do. It's like, oh, I'm starting to hurt.
Man.
I should probably stop. So
Do you think you're gonna be done on time?
I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. I'm probably gonna work on it tomorrow night, after hanging changeover. So
Changeover.
yeah, I'm hoping changeover wraps up pretty quick. It should be pretty easy. Because I so graciously laid out the artwork today, so we just gotta hang it.
Very nice.
Just gotta hang. So yeah, hopefully I got some carving time tomorrow.
That's good.
And yeah, so if you want to pop on over to that event, my mom will be at my booth selling my prints while I am doing the other the big print.
Okay.
So my mom will be there. You can say hi to my mom and tell
will
them.
she be doing bobbing for apples?
No, she will not. No. But she might be doing like guess how many jelly beans.
Oh.
I don't know. She's crazy. She's off the cuff. She might do it. I might bring that bucket of Lucky Charms in there and just from when we had the count the Lucky Charms thing.
That.
I still have it. It's in a jar
boy.
on my shelf.
Don't eat it.
No.
That is rotten.
But just the fact of like a family size box of Lucky Charms is in a jar and it's just sitting on my shelf. I don't know why. Aesthetically, I love looking at it.
Oh, okay.
So,
You love it. Okay, good.
yes, I love it. So maybe I'll take a handful out and say, guess how many?
In your hand.
Yes. In my sticky, sweaty hand, guess how many?
They're melting. Hurry up.
Yep.
The marshmallows.
But I remember counting for that. My hands were just purple because all the colors combined, and it just turns to this muddy, icky purple color.
Wouldn't have guessed purple.
Yeah, it's weird, but
I'm trying to think of what the Lucky Charms shapes are.
we
Blue
had
moons, clovers,
red balloons.
Are they red balloons?
Yeah,
I thought they were blue balloons.
Red balloons.
You're probably
The moons are blue.
moons.
No.
Moons. That's what I said. Blue moons.
Yeah, blue
and red balloons.
Yes,
I
that's
was
the rhyme.
confused.
Yep.
Clovers and
Shooting
blue.
stars.
Yeah. Somebody out there.
This one
has it
had
memorized.
unicorns and a pot of gold in it. So
Wow,
I don't
they're
know.
branching out.
Yeah, I don't know if they're changing the branding, but yeah, I got a family size box of that and just chucked it in a jar and told people, hey, we're fundraising. Count how many.
I did not like Lucky Charms as a kid, and I still don't. I don't like marshmallows. The texture is weird on my teeth.
Yeah, they're like freeze dried, and I'm like, I don't like
too
it.
crunchy in a way.
Yeah, I feel like I'm eating packing peanuts.
Yeah. And I
Or
don't
what
like that.
I would imagine a packing peanut.
Circus peanuts.
Yeah,
I don't like those either.
My dad loves those.
A lot of people do,
I
but
hate them.
the texture is not good for me.
No. Makes me go you.
What's your favorite breakfast cereal?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you. My favorite breakfast cereal. Right now, recently I was on a huge strawberry mini wheats kick.
Oh,
I
deep
get
cut.
Yes, I get on weird food like phases, and I get into weird food music phases too. But we can get into that later. But yeah, my recent cereal kick was strawberry flavored mini wheats.
I don't really eat cereal anymore. Like, since college, I ate a lot of cereal in college. I want to say favorite Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's a classic.
It's good,
You
but
can't go wrong.
I also really liked Honeycomb,
Oh yeah.
and Frosted Flakes was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I had another weird kick that I was on. I would like just cornflakes, just regularly.
Oh,
I
never did cornflakes.
It went on for like months, and I'm like,
That's a healthy,
but it's like, body, come on, quit craving this. This is just cornflake. What am I doing?
It's like a healthy,
I guess.
good fiber content probably.
But I was ready for that phase to end because I'm having to buy like jumbo boxes, and
Oh
I'm
man.
like, oh no. But I got a big cereal eater at home, Alex.
Oh, he's a big. What's his favorite cereal?
Raisin Bran Crunch.
What? Oh,
Raisin
I hate
Bran.
Raisin Bran.
Bran Crunch. He's psychotic, and I love him.
Ooh.
So
What's
yeah.
the crunch means? There's like extra little
Like
nuggets
granola.
in there.
Yeah.
Granola. Okay.
Little like bits and granola in there. Yeah. He's crazy. He's psychotic, and he's very much aware of it. And I tell him that every time I buy a box, I'm like, "You're crazy."
Mm-hmm.
But then he's crazy because he has to have 2 boxes of cereal when we go shopping. He gets the Raisin Bran Crunch and something else because he needs to have filler in between.
Oh, to make it special.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Does he drink it with regular old milk?
yes, we have to have 2% milk.
2%.
Yep.
That's the standard.
Yes. I like, if you pull this skim bullshit, no, get out of here.
I was a skim household growing up.
Oh,
We always
no.
had skim, and yes, it is just white water.
Yeah. Oh, I remember trying to drink it in high school because I'd have the cartons of milk and stuff, and by the time I get to lunch, half of the time all the regular milk would be gone, and it's left with the skim, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess I'm gonna have to drink this. So I got used to it in high school, but ew, it's gross now.
At this point, I think we mostly in our household use like alternative milks,
Oh,
almond milk, oat milk,
I've
cashew
never
milk.
had it.
Really?
I've
None
never,
of them?
I've never had an almond milk, an oat milk, any other.
You're a good Wisconsin girl who is actually from Indiana and Illinois.
Yes, authentic.
I feel like it's sacrilege for me as a Wisconsin-raised person to
My
be.
tummy hurt.
Yeah, but I still like. We still end up having almond milk. I don't really even. My girlfriend does more than me. She loves oat milk.
Oat milk. I heard it's one of the better alternatives.
I will say, yeah, I've had it myself, and if I do crave a bowl of cereal, I will use some of that oat milk, and it works for me.
Nice.
Anyways,
Yeah.
welcome to the Milk Podcast.
Yeah, talking about milk and childhood. But we talked about music, weird
yes.
music phases.
Okay.
I just got out of a weird music phase that I always keep going back to, as a band called Greta Van Fleet.
I've heard of them.
I love them.
I've heard they are very much like Led Zeppelin.
Yes, I love them, and they're just. Whenever I listen to them, I just zone out and go to. Just when I'm working on art or anything, I love just playing their albums because
Okay.
zone out and just have amazing music in the background. So, but I just got done with that phase, and now I'm currently on a phase with an artist called Remy Wolf.
Okay.
They do kind of crazy. It's like they're hard to describe. Go look them up. That's all I gotta say. So
No genre.
genre. Yep, I give you nothing. Go look them up.
Surprise yourself.
Yes. So
I am on. So I usually do like genre benders.
gotcha.
Sometimes they last years.
Oh boy.
The one two ago was Midwest emo specifically.
Okay.
I was like 3 years of just underground Midwest emo
Okay.
and Midwest emo revival, which is a thing.
It is a thing.
Yeah, and emo overall. I got very into American Football, the band.
Cool.
Their classic self-titled album from the late '90s. But then after that, it was country music,
Gotcha.
and
I wouldn't peg you for that, but okay.
no. As we learned from the Tim episode, my music taste is eclectic and unpredictable. And I'll go through them all.
You're the wild card over here.
I made a list one time of like my entire like back to high school, like what I listened to mostly each year, and each year was a different genre.
Oh, cool.
Just quickly, it was like freshman year of high school, freshman year of college was like blues. I got into old Delta blues records, Robert Johnson, Son House, like classic Delta blues. And then I got into jazz after that, which kind of makes sense that,
That would be next,
springs
yeah.
off of that. I'm a huge Charlie Parker fan, Bird, John Coltrane, Dizzy Gillespie, all that. And then I got into reggae.
Oh, gotcha.
Big Bob Marley fan here. Toots and the Maytals. All good, a little bit of dub, but mostly reggae and some ska. I was a big fan of that. And then
Oh boy.
I think I was then when I got into Southern rock, and I mentioned Allman Brothers earlier in this episode. That's about when I got into the Allman Brothers. That would be classified as Southern rock. Anyways, fast forward to now. Country music was my latest thing. Old country music. George Jones, Dolly Parton.
I love Dolly Parton.
Everybody loves Dolly Parton.
Oh, Dolly.
Jimmy Rogers.
Oh, gotcha.
Classic. Carter Family. All that kind of stuff. That was very big. And then now just recently, I don't know if this is going to be a full-on couple of years genre thing, but lately I've been dabbling in banda music. I think that's how you say it.
Oh no, what is that?
It's a Mexican genre.
Oh, gotcha.
It's kind of like a combination of like what you think of as Mexican music and then like German polka music.
Oh, gotcha.
And
gotcha.
it's very big in Sinaloa, the state of Mexico. It's in the western part, I believe.
Gotcha.
I'm not by no means an expert. This is like the last couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
my brother and girlfriend will tell you that I've been constantly harping about like there's this one group called Grupo Firme. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish, so I might be butchering that.
Alex can correct you.
Please do. Please do. But it's a very interesting style of music. It's like a party music.
Oh, well, cool.
And I'm not 100% sure that they would fall exclusively in that genre. It might be more like a ranchera kind of genre. But it's that kind of like they're all wearing cowboy hats. They're all holding glasses of liquor and like kind of yelling the lyrics over and like the rhythm section is like primarily tuba.
Gotcha.
And that was just like mind-boggling to me. There's like trombone, tuba.
Yeah, there was that weird German fusion of.
It's so fascinating to me, and it's so cool. And then like the drums, they have drums, but they're kind of more just like for accent.
Oh, okay.
So they'll just
Like
kind of throw it in.
with it. Yeah, that's so cool.
And it's so neat, and I love it.
Well, we got to talk with Midwest DJ Productions. They might know a little more
Maybe.
about that.
I wish they could tell me because I am obsessed.
Because I know that is very much their realm. So, that's
So when people say that, when you go like, what kind of music you like? Oh, I like all kinds.
You're like,
I try to truly embrace that.
Yes.
Because I can talk to you about reggae. I can talk to you about old blues. And I'm starting learning a little bit more about banda.
Oh, gotcha. That's so fun. I had a weird phase of I would listen to some French hip hop kind of stuff a lot.
Oh, like actually from France?
Yeah, like it'd be French artists and stuff. And I obviously have no idea what they're saying, but there was a time I was in college, I just became obsessed with French and hearing it being spoken and all this stuff. And I don't know if it was because my exposure, because I also got a certificate in film studies. So we had, we were watching a lot of French films and stuff. Just hearing the language more, I was like, how can I integrate this more into my kind of everyday life, just hearing it? And I don't know a lick of French, but I had a phrase, I keep saying phrase. A phase. I just need to shut up. It's a little hard with a podcast. It's
hard to do.
Yep. But I had a phase where I was just listening to French hip hop.
Okay.
So,
and did you take a language in like high school or something? Do you speak another language?
I took Spanish in high school. Don't remember a lick of that either.
Okay. I took German.
Oh, gotcha.
I do pretty good. I still have some poems memorized in German.
Oh, cool.
Maybe we could wrap this episode with a German poem.
Ooh, I don't know about that. But the only thing that I know in French is how to count to 10. So.
Duh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. In German, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well, there you go. We know how to count to 10 on this podcast.
I do pretty good with German. I've retained quite a bit. My grandma was from Germany.
Oh, yeah. So you kind of,
Yeah.
A little here and there.
My mom like knows enough that like if I like said like a simple phrase like wie viel Uhr, she'd be like, oh, it's like 7 o'clock.
Oh,
she'd know that means like what time is it?
Gotcha.
Yeah, so.
Oh, well, I wish I was raised with a language, but my mom, very much a German household, but did not speak it. Her maiden name was Klaus. So,
Klaus. That's like a first name.
Yeah, but that was her maiden name.
My grandma's name before she moved here was Waltraud Elfriede Thieme.
Oh,
Which
good.
is the most German name of all time. Waltraud. It's
Yeah.
a lady's name. Her friends called her Traudel.
I knew another person. Her first name was Hildegard.
Hildegard, yeah.
Yep.
One of her good friends was Hildegard.
Yeah, so,
She went by Erica, though.
oh,
Her,
that's
when
not fun.
When my grandma moved here, she changed her name to Mary.
Oh.
And the guy she married, his last name was Howard.
Oh,
so her name
goodness.
is Mary Howard. And she's the most German lady you've ever seen. Like, thick accent her whole life.
Yeah. Well, that's a little bit of backstory on our lives, our perspectives.
I'm just gonna talk German the rest of the episode.
Oh, why?
No, I'm
I
kidding,
was
I'm
like,
kidding.
I'm not gonna understand you.
If the people want it, I will do a German episode
Oh.
in the future. I probably couldn't. I don't speak that well.
I don't know
I could
enough.
get by if I needed to.
I don't know anything. I'm clueless in German.
Most people are.
I'm
The thing is all German people speak English, so it's kind of pointless to learn German.
yeah. Well, I'm not even coherent in English. I'm tripping over words over here.
English is hard.
Yeah. We're a messy language. Messy people, messy languages.
True that.
Well, I think that wraps up this episode.
Before we yap
Yeah.
on too long.
Yeah, don't want to yak your ear off, but it was great just sitting down, having a little chit chat, getting to know each other a little more, because a lot of people think that Jake and I know each other.
We don't.
We don't. We've been friends for maybe a year.
A year, just about a year, a little over a year.
Just about a year. So we're still learning about each other along the way, and I think that's what makes our dynamic kind of special, is learning along the way and having fun along the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So yeah, you can check us out on.
I was very tempted to just start doing the German
Don't
poem right there.
don't
Just
do
see
it.
what your reaction was, but I resisted.
Oh, I just would have been stunned in silence and just what?
Josh, edit that.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. But you can follow us on Facebook or Instagram at the ArtSpace Podcast. Or you can check out our Facebook group, The Marvelous Makers and the Art Appreciators, where we talk about art, local art events, episodes. Just have a fun time over there, get in the loop, get to know what's going on in the area.
Do you want to
And-
promote your Thursday night
That's
thing?
right.
Maybe give that a shout out?
Yeah, so I am starting something with our wonderful
Past guest.
Yep, Jill Gorzelski. We're going to be at Lemon Street in our classroom here, and we're going to start a thing called the Creatives Club. So every third Thursday of the month, we'll just meet and work on projects. So bring whatever project you're working on over to Lemon Street, and we'll just kind of work together, network, meet other artists in your area, and just have a fun time. So
Yeah, look for that.
yeah, a lot of fun. That's coming up. I think it's August 18th. I'm looking at the calendar, and it is too far away for me to see.
18th.
Okay, good.
Third Thursday.
Cool.
Yeah.
So August 18th, from 5 to 8. Yes, 5 to 8, I believe. So that's going to be fun. You can also obviously check us out wherever you get your podcasts. Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts. Leave us a like and review. Please give us some feedback. We would love to hear from you guys and what we're doing in this wacky, wonderful mess. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Extra wacky and wonderful this week.
Oh yes,
Maybe
definitely.
not wonderful.
Mhm.
Hopefully wonderful.
Wonderful.
You tell us.
Positively wonderful. Yes. So I think that wraps it up for this episode. So we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.